Hey guys, what's up? It's Vampire Bride. Let's face it, 2020 was a crazy year in a lot of ways, and many of us are glad it's over. Today I'm doing my 2020 collection update. I try to do this at the beginning of every year just to show what was added to the collection throughout the year. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. At the beginning of the year, collecting started off really slow. I thought that this video was going to be a major bust when we got to the beginning of 2021, being that we just weren't buying very many games. But I think it was just kind of like recouping from Christmas and starting off this crazy year that was 2020. Towards the end of the year, collecting really picked up, and I ended up getting 95 games and 3 consoles. I got a Nintendo DS Lite, a PSP, and a Switch. Well, that is if I counted correctly. I'll have to admit that I haven't been the best at keeping up with the games that we've gotten. And I do catalog my games, but I catalog them in alphabetical order by system, not by date. So the games get hidden in the catalog just as they do in the collection. As usual with my collection updates, I will mention a few items that I got throughout the year and pick 5 games out of the new part of the collection to do a kind of mini review about. One thing I really wanted to mention was my PSP, because it is actually a rare Japanese version PSP, and because of that I can't connect it to the Wi-Fi over here as of yet. I haven't figured that one out. When I bought it, the arrows were a bit sticky, so I got replacement buttons and also a replacement green case for it, because it's a little beat up and the PSP letters are kind of coming off. You'd be surprised at how hard it was to actually find the green case with the markings on it and not just plain. But I finally come across one. And then just a little case to put extra games in. Also, I got a cord that goes to the TV so that you can hook the PlayStation Portable up to the TV and play like that. So far I have thoroughly been enjoying my little PlayStation Portable. Those of you who have kept up with this channel know that I collect Xbox 360 controllers. I have a nearly complete collection, but I don't think I will ever be able to actually find a few of them, as they are super rare. So not counting the 4 really rare ones, I am very close to getting a complete set. And I've added quite a few controllers this year. Besides those 4 really rare ones, I only have 3 more I need to find. I also got my little Nintendo DS Lite. I have wanted one of these for a long time because it has the Game Boy game slot on it. I went to a friend's house when I was maybe 10 years old, and she had Guitar Hero on the Nintendo DS. And we kind of took turns back and forth playing it throughout the night, and I wanted one ever since. My dad got me a Nintendo DS XL about a year later, but of course they don't have the Game Boy slot, and he didn't realize that that was like the main reason I wanted a DS at the time. So I finally got my Nintendo DS Lite and some Guitar Hero games and pieces. Something else I wanted to show is my little camera collection. It is something I'm kind of just starting out. It is going to be old cameras. I have a few that my aunt is going to give me, as she apparently had a small collection of her own. And I'm just kind of getting the ones that I think are really cool looking and antique. Some of them can be worth quite a bit of money. I got a Nintendo Switch for my birthday, which of course opened up a whole new world of games to be excited for, including Yoshi's Crafted World, as I pretty much love anything Yoshi and really enjoyed Yoshi's Woolly World on my Wii U. Luigi's Mansion 3 because the Luigi's Mansion games have been really good. I fully enjoyed the other two and could not wait to play this newest edition. And if you saw my Splatoon review, you knew that I was looking forward to Splatoon 2, which I am enjoying so far just as much as the first one. And then there is Super Mario Odyssey.
Another great Mario game, a 3D platformer, of course, but there are many new mechanics and abilities. The most recognized being Cappy, who, like Mario, needs to find Bowser to find his sister Tiara, but he is a very helpful companion on this journey. Using Cappy, you can control things in your surroundings, such as bullets or Goombas. You can throw Cappy to get to hard-to-reach moons, and also jump on him to reach further platforms. There are many fun characters you meet throughout the game, and it is as colorful and imaginative as you would expect from a Mario game. It is an easy game to get caught up in, and supplies many hours of fun. Even after you finish the game, you can go back to find there is so much more content waiting for you to discover, making for great replayability value. You really get your money's worth in this game. Just the main story consists of about 11 hours worth of content. 2D gameplay with 8-bit art adds some variation to the levels. Super Mario Odyssey has very different level design in a way than other Mario games. For example, walking through a city full of more realistic looking people as a cartoon character. Different outfits can be bought throughout the game. It's a fairly easy game. Even the boss battles are not too challenging. The main challenge in this game is finding the moons, as there are so many hidden throughout the levels, and some are fairly hard to find or to get to. Disney Infinity. I have actually had this game for 8 years or so now on the Wii, but hadn't played very much of it, and only had the characters that came with the game when I got it. Mr. Incredible, Sully, and Captain Jack Sparrow, and of course their play crystal. Now I have the game on the Wii U, as well as 2.0 and 3.0, and a fair amount of characters, and also on the Xbox 360.
It's a great game for kids because it shows the way to each mission using a green arrow, and kids can play with their favorite characters. There are many characters to choose from, some being just toy box characters, so you can only use them and play with them in the toy box area. Others having their own worlds, or play crystals. Then there are tokens that can change the way the toy box looks into different themes, or give your character different weapons. There are 2 character slots on the board, allowing you to play in 2-player.
This game is imaginative, and the whole thing is fairly extensive. If you put all the characters and powers and play crystals from 1, 2, and 3 together. We collected quite a few characters for Disney Infinity along with the game, and that's just in 2020. 2021 has already added quite a few characters of its own.
Starting the operation.
Next, I wanted to add Trauma Center Second Opinion. I saw this game in a gaming store a few months back, and I wanted to buy it, but heard that it didn't have great reviews, so I ended up putting it back and was kind of beating myself up about it. But I ended up getting it for Christmas, so I finally got a chance to have a try at it. Trauma Center Under the Knife was a DS game and the first installment in this series, which now has even more games after Second Opinion. There was a worry when Second Opinion came out that the Wii motion controls wouldn't be adequate and would take away from the feel of the game, the feel of being there, hands-on, working on a patient. But that worry was knocked out as the game sold fairly well and the motion controls operate just fine. Actually, quite well. You use the Wii Mote with motion control to control different tools used in the game, and the nunchuck to quickly and seamlessly switch between tools. The game caught my eye because I love watching all the doctor shows so seeing a trauma game really caught my interest. The voice acting gets quite repetitive with a few phrases that are said throughout, but I enjoy the use of the medical lingo and the feeling of urgency in finishing the level before a patient's vitals drop too low. At about a 9 to 12 hour long game, this game has a decent amount of content. Next is Medieval, the PlayStation 4 remake of the PlayStation 1 game. This remake has improved on color and texture, as well as camera angles from the PlayStation 1 game, though not quite perfected, and many other aspects of this already fun game. The ill-controlled combat can lead to seemingly getting hit out of nowhere, and can make for a difficult battle. But what do you expect out of this floppy skeleton of a character? This action-adventure hack-and-slash game takes place in Gallowmere and follows our protagonist, Sir Daniel Fortescue, as he attempts to stop an invasion and redeem himself, hoping to join the Hall of Heroes. In order to do that, the player must collect all of the chalices throughout the game, while fighting off the undead army with various weapons and the many obstacles throughout. It is an enjoyable game, though I feel the controls could still use a little bit of work to make the movements a little bit more accurate. And the last of the chosen 5 games for this year's collection update is Dreams for the PlayStation 4. I don't even know where to start with this game. It sucked me in right away. I've dabbled in learning about animations and, of course, editing. Looking into how bits of shows and games are made opens a whole world of intrigue, and this game builds off that infinitely. You can make nearly anything with this game and see and play other people's work. There are many different tutorials to show you how to do different things, from the basics to how to add atmosphere, movement, color, and so on. And you can practice and build things in your dreamscape. The way the game introduces itself and each bit draws you in right away, keeping you glued to the game. Watching a bunch of tutorials doesn't exactly sound like a lot of fun, but the tutorials allow you to interact and test out what the tutorial is telling you using your Spark, the little guy you choose. Operate and use to operate other characters. There is also a story mode in the game which consists of wholly different characters and levels, and all of it was made by the team who made the game, using only the mechanics in the game to give you an immediate example of what is possible with the game. But players have built off of these mechanics, games, graphics, and art that are crazy amazing. The opportunity for creation using this game is nearly limitless, and reminds me of an actual animation program that you would pay for on the computer. Now, you do have to have PlayStation Plus to see all of other people's creations, but even without, there is a ton of content to view and play. It also works with VR, which I don't have, so I haven't tried out, and cannot vouch for. But the rest is an absolutely amazing game, begging for creativity from each player, and bringing it out while also teaching each bit step by step.
Well, that is it for this video and my 2020 collection update. I can't wait to see what the year 2021 brings when it comes to collecting tech and stuff for the computer and getting that situation sorted out, and also getting the situation with the Mach 1 sorted out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button and of course subscribe for more videos to come.